Hello everyone, I'm Mia from inPositiv's marketing team. I usually sit behind the scenes creating stories and bringing insights to your screens, but today I have the privilege of being right here in front of the camera and for a very special reason. With us today is Lorenz Solothurnmann. Lorenz is the Senior Agile Consultant here at inPositiv, known not only for his expertise, but also incredible enthusiasm and intelligent humor. He is an inspiration who continually turns challenges into success stories. Hello, Lorenz, and thank you for being here.
Hi, Mia. Pleasure to be here.
For a start, could you perhaps share a little more about yourself and your journey in the Agile world?
Surely. Well, I was born and raised in Switzerland, and initially I was trained in law and business administration. But then, a little bit more than 10 years ago, I made the transition to the Agile world. So I started small, so to say, really on the ground, on the team level, with Agile methodologies, so Scrum and Kanban and so forth, and then proceeded over the years to teams level and to the enterprise level. I started actually in the IT domain, so also where Agile got big, so to say, and then transitioned back. In the meantime, also to the business domain. Why is that? Because it becomes clear that you only can really reap the full benefit of Agile methodologies if the whole organization is, so to say, in the right state of mind.
Every expert has their origin story. What unexpected turn or light bulb moment guided you towards becoming an Agile consultant?
Good question. Well, I would say I'm an example of a non-linear career path, so to say. As I already mentioned a little bit, I was initially trained in law and business administration, and a little bit more than 10 years ago, a good friend of mine approached me at that time and told me that they had an open position as junior IT project manager. And I was always fascinated by IT as well, but never had direct contact. And at that point, when I looked up the job posting, I saw there all of these Agile and methodologies and Scrum concepts. So I really followed up. I started reading books on the topic on my own, a few of them, and that was in a way the starting point that I never looked back. So at that point as well, I obviously already had classic project management experience, but in a way, the Agile way, it really just looked natural for me. It made sense for me. And I think I kept on to that over all the years, but of course, without becoming dogmatic about it.
And through your lens, Lorenz, how would you describe the heartbeat of the company in just 3 words?
In a nutshell, Agile. I probably had to say that one. Entrepreneurial and honest.
Lorenz, for those unfamiliar with inPositiv, can you share a behind-the-scenes story of its foundation and growth that reflects the spirit of its infinite positivity?
Yes, of course. So inPositiv was founded in the midst of the pandemic in 2021. So you could say an optimistic mindset was really a precondition for success. We think it's essential to eat our own dog food, so to say. This is really at the core of inPositiv as well. And it all starts with how you are approaching challenges. So it helps if you tackle things with positivity in mind. And let's be clear about that. There are days when it's easier to approach every challenge with this mindset, and others when it is a bit more difficult. But in today's uncertain world, you need a positive baseline more than ever. Otherwise, it's very hard to make progress. And this counts for our clients and us alike. So the inPositiv mindset is really at the foundation of everything we do.
How do Agile methodologies and frameworks at inPositiv directly advance our clients' business goals and visions?
There are 2 central aspects to that. Eat your own dog food and our entrepreneurial angle. Internally, we use, test, and evolve the same methodologies as we establish, foster together with our clients in their organization. So we bring tried and tested methodologies to the table, and we also have an understanding of what works in what setups. The second aspect is that we all think in a very entrepreneurial manner. At inPositiv, we have a high transparency and discuss matters always openly. This enables us in the end to always take the entrepreneurial view in our client settings.
Lorenz, can you explain the significance of our core values and the overall vision of the company?
This is an exciting topic. A set of baseline shared values is critical for the organization's success. You don't need to share everything. For example, we have heterogeneous political views, but at the foundation, there needs to be appreciation and respect for your colleagues, which is given. Further, I'm referring again to the entrepreneurial view. We all have fun seeing organizations and products bloom. This is at the core of the organization's vision, combining our mindset with the desire to see things grow.
And how do these values not only shape our internal team dynamics and trust, but also directly enhance the solutions we provide and strengthen our client relationships?
We want our clients to succeed. To make this happen, we sometimes also need to be able to point out difficult things. To be able to do this effectively, trust needs to be given. Otherwise, you can't give open feedback.
Continuous learning and development is integral at inPositiv. How do you support this and how it reflects on providing better solutions for clients?
Yes, we're firm believers in continuous learning. It should be about more than just chasing certificates. How does this show? We, for example, already started to also train people internally. And you, of course, can't be an expert everywhere. However, we still push towards highly educated generalists. The idea behind that is that the challenges today are much more cross-functional. So, for example, you need to understand agile methodologies, business cases, data protection, privacy rules, UX good practices to solve a challenge. So everything together. This provides additional values to our customer because we're able to act hands-on in very diverse environments.
We've already talked about reflection and introspection being the key elements of growth. Can you explain the methods inPositiv employs to incorporate these?
There are several elements to that. Internally, we also work with steady cycles. And at the end of every cycle, we always do retrospectives. As always, the crux here is to make sure things don't become too rigid and at the same time to not have too much variability in the process. You can always change a pattern, but initially you must establish one. And of course, to gain real insights, you need to have a minimal amount of psychological safety and transparency.
In many workplaces, ego can become a barrier to productive teamwork. How has inPositiv cultivated a culture that prioritizes the collective and client's goals over individual achievements?
We have seen many types of workplaces and corporate cultures. And for us, it is evident that we want to have a healthy culture. Ego stands in the way of that. And at the same time, it is not always easy to eliminate one's ego. I would say that our culture after nearly 3 years is really very healthy. There are two central elements to that. The top-down aim to keep things fair, and again, the baseline bottom-up values of transparency and openness in the context of our culture that support the collaboration. This enables us to do a combination of client and employee first. It's not a trade-off, but a symbiosis.
As we wrap up our conversation, Lorenz, could you highlight how inPositiv can help and empower businesses to stay proactive, flexible, and innovative in today's dynamic business environment?
We have the mindset, the experience, and the skills. A positive mindset that we like to share and bring into organizations and cultures. extensive entrepreneurial experience from small to large settings in very different industries and domains, and valuable cross-functional skills, which enable us to drive and modernize organizations holistically.
Lorenz, it's been a pleasure as always. Thank you for your time and valuable insights.
Thank you, Mia.
For everyone watching, don't miss our next video. We'll go deeper into the Agile Consultant role at inPositiv and the unique qualities we're searching for. Make sure to subscribe. Until then, stay agile and keep embracing change. Goodbye for now.